face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. Talk your face off. To talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off.
Hey, we're here. 7 minutes
time,
left.
Right?
Barely made it. Goodness.
Whatever.
Now all the dings happen. Ding, ding, ding. You're not even racing.
I know. I'm not.
Like, I'm just cutting off the podium from my epic win of 10 races. All 10 classes I competed in this afternoon. Kind of a local legend.
I wish. I've been with work. I've been in one of those like ruts where it's like, no matter how much I'm working, no matter how many hours, I feel like the finish line is an arm's length away every day. And I'm like, come on, just like, let's get there. And I just don't have the energy anymore to like work around the clock.
Old.
Yeah, that, and it's like 85 degrees outside and like 110 in my shop. So it's like, yeah, that's not happening anymore. So I'm like that. I'm old. And, you know, the buildings that we're working for will be there tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So, but no, it's been frustrating, but you know, we're there. But I have my eye on the prize for this weekend. There's a big race this weekend and the kids are racing. I'm not going to race. We'll get to that later. That's part of the sell. So we'll talk about that.
Are you selling your race car?
So, no.
Oh.
Well, yeah, actually one of them we will be. We will
Okay.
be. But we can get to that later.
But
I want to
not
know more
yours.
about
That's not
you.
why you're not racing. You want to know about me?
Yeah, I want to know about you.
I don't have a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
Been busy. Heading to Alabama. Heading down.
Really?
Down to where the real people live. Down there on that coast. Yeah, we're heading south.
Nice.
Gonna be a great time to be in Alabama. Yeehaw.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
I think everybody wants to be there in July and August.
Nope.
End of July, beginning of August is like the
Nope.
prime time to be in the South.
I think you got that 110% wrong.
And I think we've got about 110% humidity coming. That's what we got.
I know. Is
What's
it
going
work
on
or
there?
is it
North
pleasure?
Rock, Brian? Yeah, I got conference.
Ooh.
Conference. Yeah, yep. So,
Well, at least you'll hopefully be somewhere where it's AC'd.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there
cool.
should be.
We're working at a church that
this week.
is sans AC this week. And
Just
I'm
because
like,
nobody's in the building during the week, or because they don't have AC at all?
I don't
they're in
think
the
they have
Northwest.
AC in the place where we're working.
Okay.
I think they have AC in like the offices. But
Yeah.
yeah. You got a nice little package there, Tony.
Yeah. Well,
But I bet you I got something cooler than you. I didn't tell you about it.
uh-oh.
Yep.
I do have an interesting package in here.
What do you got? What do you got?
You're gonna have to wait
Hey.
and see.
Do you watch Shark Week at all?
Yes.
I was like half asleep. and then okay. So what is that? Servos?
Yes. The new
From
torque
who?
servos. High torque micro
Oh.
servos. Have you seen anything about
Nice.
these?
No.
No.
I've seen pictures, but I haven't read anything about them. Oh, are those the ones with that built-in shelf on it?
This
Or
one
mounting
isn't.
point? Oh. Well, what's so cool about them, Tony?
Nothing. They're just good high torque servos. This one is.
Ah. Look at that.
Servo mount is built right into that little guy.
That's pretty cool.
So you just slap that on your
When's the honey badger going to get that?
SPX24. Bam. That's super cool. So they're pretty much, I believe, like the same as far as specs go, but the one has a mount for SCX24, and the other one could go on anything. But this one goes on a 24 axle.
Nice.
But yeah, the rest of the specs are the same.
Speaking
Sizing,
of small
everything's
scale,
the same. It's just a different case, and they look good. Red,
they
white,
look
black.
nice. Yeah,
very rock and roll. It's like this could go on like a red or a white stripes music video pretty well.
It's a little shiny.
Yeah,
a little shiny.
It's got the right color.
So speaking of small scale and rock and roll, Varg asked if we have seen the video of the mini BT oval kit conversion. Looks tempting. I saw it on A-Main, but I have not watched the video, but I've seen some of those little 18 scale car? And it looked like it was a what do they call super modified cars?
Really? Who sells that?
I forgot who it was. But it was either on YouTube or on the A-Main homepage. I saw a picture of it. I was like, ooh. I was checking the shipping because I had to do an order of tires for the kids.
Hackfab makes a sprint car.
Oh.
Mini B and an oval racing. They make both. And both of them. Here, I'll bring them up.
Do it.
Ooh, you know what? I haven't been on this computer in a while. I don't know if sharing is activated
is enabled.
Or not. It is. Just everybody chill out.
Let's see it. Let's go.
There we go.
Go.
Bam. Go. Website uses cookies. Customized. No.
You actually customize it? I just close out of it. I'm like, nope. I don't want to talk to you guys.
No, just deny it. There we go. Denied.
Ooh.
Yeah, check that out.
That's cool.
$45. That ain't bad.
That's pretty cheap. That's
super that cheap. Might give life to my Mini B.
We've seen a lot of them go up for sale around here because no one races them anymore.
Oh, you need a $50 cage. That's just for the Lexan.
Oh.
These pieces. But it says you might also need, should say, you will definitely need this right here.
They had a Pro Mod one, though.
I mean, $100 conversion over it, that'd be pretty rad.
It's $100 car.
You're $100 car.
Yeah, I know.
But where's the other one?
I thought I saw a modified one.
There definitely is, because I saw it. I see a video on A-Main.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the late model oval.
Mark says, yeah,
I can fab my own cage.
No one.
Oh, yeah. You could do that.
I know a guy. It'd be a little heavy.
They got a whole bunch of stuff. Heavy. So you got a conversion, and then it's going to even weight it and everything. Oh, man. All right. There's a whole rabbit trail of stuff.
That's okay. So I'm really liking ovals. So let me give some people some word of.
Ooh, there's the EDM.
There you go.
But no, they've also got the other ones. They do. They have the other late model ones, like the
late model. That's what I was talking about. No, that's the Mud Boss
not style. The late model. They have. I know. I saw one.
I think that's the A-Main video.
It is a video.
YouTube's.
I was trying not to pull it up.
Anyways, let me give a word of guidance when it comes to oval stuff. So, if you're just dipping your toes into oval, here's what I would suggest. I would suggest something along the lines of the SR10,
that one,
class, the super stock class, SR10 stock class, because ours is fairly competitive and ours is very stock, and the tires haven't been burning up too bad on it. And it's like, we haven't bought any body mounting kits for it. All we bought were wheels and tires and a body. That's it. And the SR10, when you get it, it's the body's already included. And you don't have to go down the rabbit hole of like these modifieds and the sprints and the 410s and blah, blah, blah. Because that you have to buy all the kit for. Now, if you're experienced in all that, more power to you. Yeah. But that triples the cost of your car. So that one wouldn't be too bad. Because I think you probably just have to buy a body mounting kit. But like with the SR10, it's just ready to go. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to, or even with like the Traxxas.
Well, what you're going to do is you're going to spend $300 for one of these, or the SR10 is like $300 and 10 scale and ready to go.
And the thing is too, like really cool. I would also suggest the Slash class. However, the Slash class, you still have to do quite a bit to the Slashes to make them competitive. Like the guys in those classes really rework that car. And I don't know if you've seen like the videos on how to free up the transmission on the Slashes. They get them so free they can go like this on the back wheel and it actually just spins. And I'm like, and it's all stock. And it's just all like little secret stuff that you do. So they're very cool. That Mud Boss class would be cool out of the box. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a rabbit hole to contend with.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably one of the steepest rabbit holes that you could go down, to be honest, out of the stuff that we've been doing. Yeah. Out of the stuff that I've gotten into, you know, crawling, dirt, buggy, or turf, all that kind of stuff. I think oval racing, because for the most part, like the dirt off-road and the turf and carpet off-road, those are pretty much ready to go kits. You know what I mean? Versus oval, you're pretty much converting something and spending an extra $200, $300 just on making it look like it's supposed to, let alone making it drive how it's supposed to. A lot of those oval cars that they're converting, you have to buy the right shocks, or not right shocks, but like the right shock springs and all that kind of stuff too to make it go. So, but it's fun, man. It is fun. 100% fun.
Dude, they literally, HackFab has been going nuts. So
Vark says,
check it out.
Step one, buy a Traxxas. Oh, I know.
Look at this.
He goes, step one, buy a Traxxas. Step two, change everything that makes it a Traxxas. Step three, learn how to drive. That's pretty much what it is.
Look at this guy right here.
Yeah.
All of these mini.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, they are really outfitting the Mini B for oval stuff. Oh my gosh. That just looks fun. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That's pretty cool.
Yep, little legend car.
You know. Oh, they can get the trucks going on.
The trucks. Dude. I wish they had more 10-scale truck bodies.
Indoor with this right here. They got foam tires.
I don't know. I don't know that I would like to do carpet oval.
Not oval, but it'd still be oval. It's
yeah.
It would be for the. I mean,
a lot of people do carpet oval.
It's like the guys that want to do asphalt versus dirt in real life. You know, so.
Yeah, but dirt oval. I mean, that's the thing, man.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Like it is so much fun. So, this would probably be a good segue to talk a little bit about our last race weekend.
Okay.
So we had
a great weekend.
We had a huge weekend. So, and I can't wait to make the video of it. Like I'm so far behind, but this video like made a lot of people just like giddy on how fun it was. So, okay. So it's called Party at the Park. It was over the 4th of July weekend. And what there was dirt off-road on Friday night. Saturday there was turf off-road and sand drags. Sunday there was oval and no prep drag racing, right? So if you competed in 3 classes, the top person out of those classes, out of the 3, like at, highest scoring, one, they had a freedom, it's called the Freedom Cup, I think it was the Die Hard RC Freedom Cup, big trophy. So Friday night, we all go out there and race. We all had an absolute epic night. So my daughter actually got out there. She was running her short course, broke in the last qual, and no one has the short course parts out there. Like they're just not supported for the Pro 4. And so I was like, all right, well, it looks like you're racing my son's buggy, e-buggy, and Dalton's a little more experienced, so he can run my e-buggy in the main, right? And so
you're just shifting everybody up.
Everybody got shifted up, right? And so, but my son's car is dialed. Like it is sticky. It sticks to the ground. It's dialed.
But you gave it away.
I gave it to my daughter to race it in the main.
You took it away from him. Like, go beat your brother with his own car.
Yeah, exactly. And then my son has a little more experience, so I gave him my car, right? And it was a little more challenging for him. But I turned my car way down to like 70%, right? Like I think I told you guys a story when I let him drive my car on the first night and he like overshot the triple by like 30 feet. Like he was like, it's too fast. And so they took that into the main, and dude, they battled through the main. They went back and forth for second and third the entire way, and they ended up both podiuming on the main. For the dirt off-road. It was awesome. My daughter was pumped. She took third, my son took second, and my daughter was pumped. It was rad seeing them do that, like, and seeing all that happen. And then I got to go, I actually made a main, and I had my best finish ever. I think I finished like 7th or 6th or something like that overall, or maybe it was even 5th. I don't remember. Somewhere in the middle there in a main. But for me, I was like, that's huge for me. Like that was a big finish for me because I don't think I even had to go. I think I qualified straight to A main. I didn't have to go to B main. It was awesome. So that was sweet. So then, but the problem is that was a night race. So my kids didn't get home till like 11:30. I didn't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning because mom drove the kids home, right? So they could get some rest. It was 90 degrees outside. The next day we had to be on the track at 11 o'clock racing started at 11. So we had to be there a little early for practice because there's a whole new track reset. We ended up foregoing practice, and it was a grind. Oh my goodness, it was a grind. So first qual, my daughter did all right. Dalton broke at first lap. Broke and didn't get to qual. So I think my daughter ended up getting into the A sort. No, something happened, or maybe she broke or something. I don't remember. But anyhow, whatever happened, Dalton was in the B sort for the second qual, and was doing pretty good, but he ended up qualifying like 5th overall, I think it was, which is, we're typically pretty high up the chain when it comes to quals. So he's like 5th or 6th overall. My daughter ended up qualing low, and so she had to go through B main, and then she won B main and qualled number 9 overall for the A main. And bro, the A main was so rad. Like the RD actually told me after the race, he was like, that was such a fun race to call. Because after the first lap, they were nose to tail, and they probably switched position 5 times, and it was nose to tail the entire way around, and they were going between second and third the entire time, just like carving, and it was so rad. And someone would make a mistake, the other one would pass, and then the next one would come up. It was so awesome. And then so at the last lap, my daughter crashed, and she took 4th instead of, I think she was 4th, instead of 3rd, and Dalton came 2nd. And so it was like, So, I'll show you where this is going later. Dirt race, Dalton actually TQ'd in dirt race the night before. So now Olivia's got a podium. She's got a fourth. He's got a second and another. He finished second again on turf, and he has a TQ. So now we roll into Sunday. And like, dude, seriously, it was probably 95 degrees all day, and we were just cooking all day. I mean, it was like super hot, right? Sunday, we roll into Sunday, and racing starts at noon, I think. And so they're running novice class. I'm running SR10. Oh, turf-wise, I bombed on turf. I think I came in seated third, and then I finished dead last. Like, I just couldn't put it together. I don't know why. I just couldn't do it. Like, wasn't the track for me. So, and then Oval came on, and we all had like an A game for Oval too. So I ended up getting a personal best, and I finished fourth in the A main on Oval. And I was like, where did this come from? Because there was at least two classes or two heats of the SR10 class, and then there was, so there was a B main and an A main. I went straight to A main, and I made it through. It was awesome. It was really cool. And then the kids, same thing happened. They're just battling back and forth, back and forth. Olivia crashed twice, like towards the end. And an Oval, for all you guys that drive Oval, if you crash, it's like you're back down to ninth, and then you have to work your way up. Even though you're way faster than the other cars you were ahead of, you have to like pick them off, right? So she'd get up to like third or second, and then she'd fall down to ninth and get up to, so she was kind of sawhorsing it. Dalton he halfway through the race, he was just on rails. He got dialed in, and he ended up he won the whole race. So he ended up taking first in that race. Wow. Olivia was just off podium again, I think fourth or fifth. So like and Olivia's like,
had a good day.
I kept on telling Olivia, I was like, you realize you're like running with all the fast people right now. Like, for not having a ton of experience, you're going that close to podium, if not getting podium in all three classes. Like, that's impressive, right? Like, because it's hard to go from driving turf to dirt to oval. Like, that's a lot of changing. So then
styles, even the way you're thinking through it,
100%.
Way the cars
100%.
Yep.
So then I get called because we take the kids home, and me and my wife go out for dinner. And I was so hot. I was just like, when you're out in the sun for so long, you just feel like you're like radiating the heat that you were out in. Like,
you guys were like, great job racing, kids, but next time if you want to have dinner, you got to win all of them.
100%.
Staying home.
Yeah. Peanut butter and jelly for you. Carne asada for me. So then when I'm sitting at dinner, and I get a call from the people at the track, they're like, hey, your kid did it. I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, he won the Freedom Trophy. And I was like, what? So he had the highest score. So out of the three classes, it's like the Triple Crown. So he had the highest score out of all the classes at the track
combined.
All the people racing, he had the highest three out of his three races. So he ended up winning a trophy. Let's see if I haven't posted this yet. I'm going to see if I can send it to the computer. Yeah, send this to the computer. And then let's see if I can share it. Pretty awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I'm like super pumped too that the video we took, so rad. Like, so rad. And Olivia has been having a lot of fun doing what's it called? She's been taking pictures with the Lumix.
Yeah.
And she's been crushing it with the pictures. So there he is. So that, I don't know if you can see that big trophy. See if I can zoom in.
Little eagle and a flag.
Yeah, here, hold on. That's not what I want. How do I do the how do I move this, Tony? There we go. There it is. He's got this. So he's like, it was funny because he's like, this one's staying in my room tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I was like, oh,
that's awesome.
So yeah, he was pretty stoked. So it was a big weekend of racing. Huge weekend. So now we're done. Now we have
Until next weekend, you said.
Until this coming weekend, we've got, what do we've got? We've got the WERC. There's a series, and after our last dirt race, the people at the track were like, "You should get your kids in the juniors race at this race." And I was like, "Uh-huh." So what would be awesome is getting them the experience. The problem is juniors is 18 and under, and so there's fast kids in juniors, right? And e-buggy. So it's more of a let's show you how this can be kind of a thing. And so we got some tires ordered up, but that's the thing. That's why I'm looking to move some product here, as they say.
Let's do that.
Now Olivia is like, hey, I like this e-buggy stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty sweet. And so now I've got to figure out a way. So this weekend I'm not racing. They're just going to race. And so Dalton's going to run my e-buggy. She's going to run his e-buggy. And I'm just going to turn it down for him and let him run it. But that's not going to be very efficient on other race days when I want to race to share a car. So I think it's time to I found one on Facebook and they would ship it. And I was going to ask you if you could look at your shipping stuff to see how much it would cost to ship from North Carolina to Washington.
It all depends if they have a shipping. Like I use Shippo, which gives me discounts, but it's part of my website. Oh, it's like a service I get from my paid website.
Gotcha.
So it won't be accurate.
I gotcha. So I found a lady that has a buggy that she said she'd sell for $300 as a roller. And I was like, oh, that's what we need. So I actually have this listed on Facebook now. Oh, and I have a confession. Remember how when I said I first drove the Ford Ice, how I was like, meh. And I'm not saying this because I'm selling it now. But I took it out again just to get a good feel for it.
Yeah.
Way better than it was last time. I don't know if it was the temperature. That and it was warmer. Last time it was cold and slick. But way better. Like night and day difference. So now I've got to move this one. It's got 2 runs on it. It's actually got, I'm going to be honest. I was surprised that this body shows the scratches as bad as it does. Because
it's another good feature.
I wasn't rough on it, but I'm surprised that it was so, it shows the scratches so well. Because I've only ran it twice. And there's some pretty good scratches. But
you have some pretty big rocks. Let's be honest.
We have some rocks.
You have some big rocks. Yeah, that you have to squeeze around through. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I've seen your Ewok village.
Yeah. So we're trying to get that moving. We're also going to be, I ordered the part that broke for her short course truck. We're probably going to be selling that too. Like 90% certain we're going to sell that. So we could get, the other buggy and run with that. So if anyone's interested, let me know. I think, what do you think's a good price for it? Like $360 plus shipping? They're $450 4 something. They're like 470, 460.
I'm pulling up what they go for 4 days.
Ours is the blue one.
You're probably gonna have to do less than that because if they're gonna ship it, they can get free shipping from A-Main. Get it for 460. They're gonna be at 500, or they're gonna be at what'd you say? 360.
360. Yeah, $100 less. 2 runs on it.
Yeah, but by the time they ship it, it's gonna be 400.
I don't think it's gonna cost that much to ship. I bet you it'll cost. Last time I shipped something like that size, it was like $25.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, it all depends. I'm thinking monster trucks. Those tires are super heavy.
Yeah. No, this is
huge. You'll be able to tuck that nice and small.
Yeah. I think. Well, what do you think? 360 shipped.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, let's do it. Anyone who wants it, 360 shipped. Should we have a little ticker at the bottom like QVC goes across the bottom? Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair. That's what I was putting it out here on Facebook was 360, but it's local pickup, so I think I'll do that. I think that'll work.
I don't need any new RCs. I don't need it.
It's pretty
I was
good,
so
Tony.
glad. I was so glad I was at Reaction this past week. I was so glad that they did not have any of those Groms in the Mojave.
Oh, I know.
They sold the last one as I was walking in. And it was awesome. And having seen it, I would have taken one home with me that night if he had them.
Let's talk about your Baja Ray. I've seen some videos.
Oh man, I love that thing. And so here's the thing. I don't love the battery tray. I still don't love the battery tray. Like you gotta like hold the suspension up to get the battery in. It's got that little slider, which I just imagine getting stuck, like eventually getting harder and harder to as dirt and grime gets in there to use.
Beach sand is the worst. Yeah.
That said, I don't need more than 2S in it. Like I was all griping that I couldn't get my 3S to fit in there. It would be uncontrollable on 3S.
I told you.
Like 3S is like you would roll the corner all the time. Like you would never think to let off early enough to make a corner. Like if you're full trigger and you really get into it on 2S and it's cruising across and you even think about turning, it rolls. Like you So I found kind of like mid throttle on 2S being like my favorite spot. So the only time I would want more is in the air to bring the nose up.
Right.
But even
that's
then,
what I was going to say. Yeah.
Even then, if you take off right, or the jumps are faced right, like if you're actually running in an area where it has the right type of jumps for what it is, they're not going to have that kick that your front end compresses and then donkey kicks you. It's going to be a much smoother takeoff is what that truck wants. It wants a longer run up and just let it drop out. Mine are too abrupt for monster trucks.
Right.
And so I was having to kind of hit them off and then just kind of peg it at that last second to get it to level up. So there's some in there. You can see it flies perfectly level. The nose isn't too heavy. It's just that when everything compresses and that suspension kicks, it just throws the front end down. But it's awesome just watching that suspension work though.
Yeah. And that's the one thing that I wish and I don't know if it's a balance of like turning it down on 3S possibly, because like having that little bit of torque right before the jump to get the nose up, that's where the 3S is really nice. Like, you know what I mean? Like being able to like rip it and just be like, boom, and then let it drop down and and kind of like wet pillow on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Yeah.
Super
But
nice.
other than that, you wouldn't really need it. But even then, it's just kind of let off a little before and then throttled through, so you're kind of accelerating as it's going up.
On mine I had, mine was Baja. Right? On mine I had to like put the preload screws all the way down on the front suspension, and I put it all the way down, and then I drooped the rear suspension, and it would help a lot on leveling it out for jumping. A lot. It was much better that way.
A little bit stiffer spring was what Dana was saying. A little bit try a little thicker shock oil too, just to help that front end from.
Yeah.
Because you can definitely see it when it lands too, the way it. But I love the amount that it soaks and sucks up. So just needs a slower rebound on it all.
Yeah.
I would probably try just a thicker oil and then maybe doing what you're saying and just bumping the springs down a little bit.
I had to do it all the way. Well, I had a steel cage on mine, but I had to go all the way down on the front, like, so it was like super hard. But Razor cage, we're talking about the
Razor Ray. Ooh. I'm thinking he's meaning like which one would you get?
Oh, which one?
I love the accessibility of the Razor Ray, the 2 body clips and flip top it and get in there. It's all there. It's all there to work on so easy. Both of them roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Razor Ray has a beefy cage to protect everything. So, I mean, I've
only had the Baja
Razor Ray. I want to say Razor Ray, but the Baja Ray looks so good. It just looks so good. That suspension working on it.
Yeah.
But they got the Razor Ray at a really killer price right now.
Do they?
It's like $399 or something.
Dude, everyone's selling their Hammer Rays right now. Have you seen that like on Facebook? Everyone's selling their Hammer Rays.
What can they get for it? They bought them for like nothing.
I know.
What did they go down to? Like 2 something?
Yeah, people are trying to get $300 out of them, and I'm like,
Yeah, so the Razor Ray is down to $399.
That's a screaming deal. I remember when I first bought my first.
So is the Hammer Ray. It's $399.
Yeah, when I first bought the Baja Ray, I thought it was like $499, $599 or something like that a few years ago.
I think when the Razor Ray came out, it was 6 something.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was eyeballing it then, like.
Yeah. So okay, let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about the RC economy real quick. I've talked to a couple people in the biz, and allegedly the RC economy, and I think I've seen it a little bit, isn't doing too hot right now from what I've heard. Like, and I think that might be like why we're seeing some lower pricing, and
I think that people don't have the extra spending cash right now. I think everything prices have gone up. We saw it happen, like we saw the RC prices going up.
Yeah.
Post
that was
the
early.
C-word.
Yeah.
Everything started climbing, and then your 3S lineup went from $299 up to
$599. Almost.
They're like $370. They jumped $50.
Oh, you mean
they were $319 for like the Arma 3S.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're so the granite brushless is $329. They came back down.
Huh. Well, that's what I was saying. I think the prices are coming down in the RC.
Yeah,
right now.
they had gone up, so they're definitely down again. Because I think those were up at like 350, and then the Vortex was like 370. Does anybody remember? I think that's where they'd gone up to.
Art says not unless it's a Vanquish crawler or entry like a Mojave Grom.
But the price on people just don't have, like when you look at how much you're spending on gas and groceries. Well, you look at buying a house even right now, especially because of like the interest rates on it all. I don't know how any kid could ever afford a house because salaries haven't gone up at all. Like
around here, they're a little higher than I thought. But they're not high enough. I don't think.
Not to meet how much everything else went up.
Yeah,
I was even looking at restaurants what their costs were, like, or even like the cost of wings, or like the plates that they were doing for like the takeout, like the amount. I mean, it's crazy.
Yesterday I went and I got a garlic buttery jack meal.
What is that?
My wife wanted Jack in the Box. It's like a sandwich, hamburger that's like drizzled with butter sauce. No, it's way better. But it's good. I've had White Castle. It's like a legit hamburger. She wanted a chicken sandwich.
Not legit.
No, it's legit. I just mean it's like a big burger. White Castles are like thin. You could eat like 30 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm talking like it's like a big burger. So
yeah.
No. So she wanted a chicken sandwich, Diet Coke, and fries. But it was a value chicken sandwich, so they didn't have the value meal. $32.
Yeah.
For the two of us to eat at Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
$32.
$5 footlongs. Remember that at Subway?
Oh,
Pat's saying it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I was telling my kids like what we used to go in. Like you could just go and get, what were they? Like 69 and 79 cents for like a taco at Taco Bell.
That's
like
crazy.
Soft taco, or like, didn't matter hard or soft, but it's like supreme versus regular. And now you're looking at them and you're like, what the? Like a 3 taco meal is $10. They used to be $5. They double, man.
It used to be 99 cents.
Mondays, right?
99 cents for tacos at Jack in the Box used to be. Racing Case says he just saw 800 square foot apartment, utilities included, for $1,600 a month.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why we bought our house back in 2010, because our rent and mortgage was less than that.
Yeah, 10 tacos for $10 or $9.
Oh,
dude, what's been crazy is how long Little Caesars has kept that $5, and then it went up to $5.55. But their pizzas, man, they've still kept it. Like, I'll go and get their lunch special because I can be out the door with a 4-slice pizza and a drink for like $6, $6.50. I'm not, McDonald's is $10. Burger King's like 11, 12.
Meals are anywhere between 10 and $15 now.
Yep.
For a meal.
So anyway, it's just what really gets me?
What really gets you, Tony?
$3 at a gas station for a candy bar.
Oh, I know. I know.
For that Reese's thing, like, and it's like if you buy one, you get one half off. I'm like, but you gotta buy one for $3.
That's how the energy drinks get you all the time now too. They have the 3 for.
It's like, is it so unhealthy they gave it like a cigarette tax or something? Like what? The cigarette tax is the. Oh man, nobody's smoking anymore. Let's make the candy expensive at the gas station.
Well, that's how it is in Seattle. They have a sugar drink tax in Seattle. So if you buy a pop that has sugar in it, it's taxed at a higher rate than buying, say, water that doesn't have, like a bottle of water doesn't have the same tax. It's crazy.
Like they're just trying to find a way to, like, where they're losing some of that. I don't even get it. Yeah. Anyway, we got off on that. But yeah, so the RC industry, for one, people are paying more for all of those everyday little items. Like we stopped to get drinks at the gas station, and I paid like $11 for me and my 2 boys. I'm like, huh? Like, what'd you guys do?
Yeah.
Art
says $5 a gallon is worse. Yeah, gas out here is ridiculous. He's just south of us, but gas out here is ridiculous.
I can make a lot of PB&Js for $10.
Yep.
Yeah, it's insane. I was saying that about like the Monster Energy drink. Like if you get addicted to that, like drinking Monsters, that becomes a very expensive habit.
Dude, you know how much my
Like
coffee
my kids
is?
are on that right now. Like
Yeah.
they're getting hooked on it. So I'm like,
My
nah, like
coffee,
we ain't doing
depending
that.
on the barista, is about $8 to $9 for my coffee in the morning.
You need to become your own barista.
I do. I make my own coffee.
It better not be a coffee. It
I,
better be like a latte soy
oh yeah. Yeah,
frappe.
it's the delicious soy mocha, 24 ounce.
Yeah.
It's a delicious Snickers mocha. That's what it is.
Okay. Now I'm gonna say we all have our like what things are your cravings, right? And I said like the thing with the cigarette tax and the whatever, like it's anything, but like it is down for one. People buying those, you don't see that as often. Like that used to be the lineup at the gas station. We'd go with my dad. He'd he'd get a smoke, so we'd get a drink. We'd like that was like, but it was like everybody. But that's like definitely a loss of income for a lot of those gas stations, I'm sure. Because I mean the candy and like even the chips, like the little 99-cent bag of Doritos that are now $2.69 and they're full of air for the little snack size ones. You're like, what the crap happened?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's insane. So I think just that anybody that because me, I love to go in and get a 44-ounce big gulp every time I go to the gas station. My wife, I stop on the way home from church. I'm like, hey, I got to stop at the gas station, get some gas. I'm gonna go wash my truck, clean it out because the boys got it all sandy. She's like, and don't kid yourself, you're gonna get a pop. I'm like, well, that's implied. Like I said, I was going to the gas station to get gas. You don't ever just get gas. If you stop to get gas, you're gonna go inside, gonna get a Coke. And I mean, that's just so. But yeah, I mean, if you really add it up. So that to say, my son, you know what he got for his birthday?
A job?
I wish. So here's another thing. It's just funny how the world has changed, right? We're talking about the money side of things. Yeah. Think about like I have wish lists. Like I have things that I want. Like right now, I really want a mandolin. Like, and I'm researching them. I'm.
Are you gonna turn into some yogi with your feet crossed, crisscross apples?
I'm gonna sit up there strumming a mandol and
grow out the goatee.
Yeah. Do some Judah and the Lion. I'll just start my own.
Yeah. Hot yoga class in your studio.
But yeah. So, but I had
things you want.
As a kid, like we'd watch Hanna-Barbera every Saturday morning. Like you wake up, that was cartoon morning. You were ready for it. Like, you'd sit there and all the commercials would hit, and you had a list of things come Christmas time or your birthday.
Yeah,
of things that you just knew you wanted. The new G.I. Joe, some sweet new like those the joystick style like NES controllers with the actual like handle like an arcade and the big red buttons, not the little, what I'm talking about, like the turbo switch on it. You could hit turbo and just hold the button down and be like, I had wants, man. They don't want squat, man. Like
I know.
They don't have a list. They don't even know what they think they should want.
Yeah.
They don't watch commercials. They don't get the Toys R Us, the Sears catalog that would come in the mail in the fall, and you'd be circling stuff in there. Like I had the blue pen, my brother had a red one, and you'd
especially at the back of the catalog, if you know what I mean.
Nah, my mom would rip that all out. We only had the together, cut out nicely with a razor blade. But yeah, man. Like I had, they didn't have. So well, here's what he wants for his birthday: A
World
latte
peace.
machine.
Sweet.
I'm like,
all right.
You're turning 14.
Yeah.
And like, there's not a video game you want, or a game system, something, or a.
You should buy him a black turtleneck while you're at it too.
Controller for the Xbox. Like,
that's what you do for Christmas. You buy him a green apron and a black turtleneck and the latte machine.
Right.
And then you guys have coffee made for you every morning before you go to work.
I mean, that's a good way to get a nice coffee for a lot cheaper.
It is.
Yeah. So we buy the big bag of the San Francisco Bay coffee beans. There's a huge bag for like $15, like 2 or 3 times the size of the Starbucks ones for the same price. Anyway, I know, but so here's the thing: he paid for half of it.
Yeah,
he's like, well, I'm like, that's above what we're gonna spend for your birthday, bud. Sorry. It's like, well, I've got a lot of money, and I'll put a half toward it. And I'm like, you want it that bad that you're gonna drop?
That's crazy.
That much money of your own money toward it, and we're all gonna use it. It's like, he's like, yep.
Sounds kind of like a win-win to me.
I mean, I don't like lattes that much. I'd rather have just coffee. Give me some dirt.
Yeah.
Dirt coffee. Just not Dunkin' Donuts.
You know what was funny? I'm driving in the car the other day, and I look over, and you know what I see? I see a lady with a French press in her car. She's sitting there like pressing her car.
Yeah.
And I look over and I'm like, wow, that's dedication. Like, French press in the front seat. That's
yeah.
So I made that deal with Olivia because she wants the B7. And so I'm selling the car so I can get that, back to Art. He said something about that. What do I got to sell to get the new AE drift car? But that's what I'm doing. I'm selling a car so I can get a buggy because they're taking my buggy. And I told her, because she wants the B7, I said, hey, you save up half the money for the B7 and I will match that half.
Disappeared.
We lost Tony. Tony, we lost your video.
Yeah, my camera might have battery out. Hold on, let me check.
Uh-oh. I got your audio. Can't argue with a latte logic like that. Yep. Hands-free driving French press. It was pretty incredible. I was like, wow. Never seen anything like that before. But yeah, so dude, I totally get it. I totally get that. And I keep on telling the kids, I was like, you want something? Go ask grandma and grandpa what you can do in the yard, do some chores. And if they don't pay you, we will, but go do something, go work it off and we'll meet you halfway. But yeah.
Oh, these old flapping lips.
What?
Fighting words.
2 years? Nah. Now, so you got to think, they've been going this direction. They've been going to get to this direction for the last 3 or 4 years. Yeah. With all the Hoonigan cars. They've been going this.
So they've got already, kind of. Or no?
No, I mean, this is this whole new chassis. But I just mean, they've been going this direction.
On road,
they've been, and just the drift and that kind of genre. They've been
doing a full-on drift car like that is just going to be good for them because that seems big.
It's a nice kit. I don't think I think it's fairly priced. I think it's $299 was what they're selling it for right now. I think it's a pretty fair price. I've been wanting to get a drift car for a long time, like a true 2-wheel drive drift car.
Get rid of a drift car for a long time. I got one. Pablo's selling something. I should sell something.
Yeah. Art, if you want a Fordyce, I'm your man. Come get it. No, so I've been wanting a real 2-wheel drive drift car. I've driven them before. I really like them. But I've never had my own. We've only had the 4-wheel drive bash drift cars. And that was one of the questions that one of my buddies on Instagram asked, would a car like that work good in a driveway? the AE 2-wheel drive drift, and I was like, nope. Like, they don't, in my opinion, you are not getting the full advantage of a real 2-wheel drive drift car.
If you have asphalt
garage
somewhere, no, you just
I
put
don't
junk
think so.
tires on. It'll tear it'll tear them up, but you can do it. Like,
I just
remember lemon fresh squeeze.
Those were all-wheel drive. Those are all 4-wheel drive Kyoshos.
Oh, that's right.
All of them. Yeah, no, and that's the thing. The drift cars, they bounce around too much. Yeah, no, you want to be on carpet or on a nice smooth surface. I'm your man, Art.
Concrete, yeah, smooth. You're right. He did have 4-wheel drive.
Yep. I'm your man, Art. Right here. 2 runs. 2 runs. All yours. Come get it.
Oh, you didn't even really scratch up the axles at all.
No, dude.
It's on the rocks, man.
Yeah, it's in good shape. Look at that. It's pretty new. There you go. Someone buy it. Need a buggy. Anyways.
This is a drive mine. We had a pretty freshly paved asphalt in Virginia, and that's where I'd run it. But I had a set of tires I'd throw on for that.
Yeah. Yep.
It was not the same as running.
Garage floor is okay. Driveway is too rough. Killing me. Just got a Trucks of Freedom. What? I'll sell you this one for cheaper than the Trucks of Freedom. I was saying 360 shipped. There you go. There you go. It's a good deal. What's Trucks of Freedom? Like $600? Cancel your order. It's weird how quickly people seem to get rid of Vanquish rigs. First person I met with one offered to sell it to me. I like the Phoenix kit more than this one. This one, I was going to build it into like a rock buggy. And I built a rock buggy that fit the chassis and all that. But I just don't have time to do one for myself right now. So, yeah, so these old flap lips says the new A drift kit does look pretty good. I like its setup, and yeah, the money is on point for sure. So, like, I was looking at the Sakura 5D like last Christmas, and that's a kit that's probably, I think it was like $150. I mean, these are like the oval cars, right? You go down a rabbit hole once you get into them, but I just want to get it so I can just have fun and drift around a little bit. I'm going to get one eventually, but not yet. Maybe before Christmas. Got a VRD carbon and a bunch of extras. He already got it. He got a carbon in the Trucks of Freedom. That's cool.
Nice. I got an MST
cloner D5
drift car.
Ooh, those are nice. I was looking at that too. So, okay, real quick. So someone said D5 and it reminded me of, I don't know what the Spektrum is right now, but that new Spektrum. What's your take on that?
Hot.
You like it?
Yeah. It's expensive though.
It's a little expensive. That's what I was going to say. No, I was like, I think it's a little rich.
I would totally get it, except I hate dropped steering wheels.
Yeah.
It's useless to me for anything but racing. I don't have enough stuff to race that I would drop that much money for it. If it was the rugged, but with a cool touch screen interface to get through everything faster, all for it. I'd even spend that much money for it. But I don't want to drop steering wheel. I want something I can one-handed drive or set up easily to one-handed drive. Even that, like to do, some people do some that come and pull it back in to give you a thumb control.
It just seemed a little rich for me.
It's running Android. The last one was too. I mean, it's
Well, okay.
The system that
when I look at that,
because you have to, like, you can program in the other ones without as much processing as it takes just to run the operating system of the Android one in order to run your software and all that. So,
okay. So
I
I'm
just feel like
I'm thinking
electronics
of
wise internally, it's not necessary in order to power the RC car, but in order to run their app that they in the platform they wanted to build on, I feel like that's just requiring extra computing power.
I'm with Art here. So Art was saying it's crazy compared to the Noble. I think it's
they're not
I think
comparing to a Noble, they're comparing it to where the big dog, Sanwa
the Futaba.
and Futaba.
Futaba. Yeah, I get that, but I don't think that it's any. I think the Noble Plus and even the Radio Link, bro, those are like super strong radios. Super strong radios. And that Radio Link, dude, it is solid. I really like it. I'm liking it more and more. It's a little hard to navigate. I'm going to be honest. Like for the racing stuff, there's not a lot of information that tells you how to do stuff. You kind of have to be like, oh, I'm going to press this button and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, and that's fine. But if you don't have time to work that out at the track, then it's a little crazy. But I like it. It boots to Sonic Moto USA says boot time is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, mine goes really fast. For $700, the Futaba is 7 or 8 channel. Huh?
I haven't even got to see the video of it booting up and all that.
Oh, Harley said it took a minute or more to boot up.
Oh, really?
That's what
I thought. They improved the time on it. That's insane.
He said it took like a minute to boot up, and then you put it to sleep during when you weren't using it.
Yeah, and then it boots immediately from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who wants to do that? I'm not going to keep my radio on while I'm at the track.
Totally. It's not using. It's not.
No way.
Going down.
No.
That's what everybody does.
No, they don't.
You just put to sleep. It's like turning off, but it's not a full shutdown.
No.
You're in standby mode.
That's when the NSA starts following you. No, just kidding.
With Android, maybe they've got find my radio features.
Yeah, it's got the DJI stuff on it now.
Yeah.
Now, I think for the cost though, and knowing how much the Spektrum radios are the receivers, seems tough, man. Seems tough when you look at the Noble, and you can get receivers for $20 for the Noble. For the Radio Link, you can get receivers for $15. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I already have a bunch of Spektrum radios, which is why I would get it. I wanted one that I can do. I wanted one that I could put more than 20 cars in, and I'm still looking at you, Spektrum.
I know.
Give us
well.
You just released the new Rugged, and I've been belly aching about this and looking at you guys saying you can do this. The crawler guys all have 5,000 RC cars. They're the ones that need the model memory, but no, no, you don't. We would spend an extra $50 to have 100 car, even though that's like $49 profit for you, because what it would take for you to put in the storage for us to have that many models probably would cost you $1. And yet you release a new model of it with a backlight and a USB port to update it.
The $700 radio though comes with a LED flashlight. So there's that.
So if you're at the track racing in the dark, again, they're making like the race radio for like that's a crawler guide feature.
I know. Well, that's the thing. They said that that's supposed to be the radio that'll do it all. I don't know what the IP rating is, the IPX rating or whatever it is, but yeah. So, okay. I got to be honest though. Dalton has a DX5 C or whatever it is. Yeah. It's a good radio. I think he's doing well with it, but I wish Radio Link had a better social presence, because I'd be all over being like, hey guys, I got 2 kids that are racing, that are getting on that podium. Let's go. Like, let's see this radio link in both of their hands. Like, let's go. Because that's a good radio for them. And it's like a good weight, all that kind of stuff. I think Olivia definitely is going to need a new radio by winter season. Dalton's radio will probably hold on till next summer.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But those are like buying a whole new car. But to that point though, the Radio Link is a $300 radio on Amazon. Get it tomorrow. And the Noble, same thing. How much is a Noble? I think Art has a Noble. I think the Nobles are like $3.99 or something like that.
Are they that much? I don't think they're that much.
Nobles? I think they might be $300. I think they're more than the Radio Links. I
think they're about 300 because I was looking at one, 280, 300
for the new Noble Plus. This old flap note says right? 256. Noble Plus, the new one,
$299.
Okay,
the Noble,
so that's the same price. Yeah.
So the Noble I was looking at. So there are the other ones. You get an eBay for $263.
Yeah.
With the MB4, they're all the Plus.
Art said he got it for $200 before the new one came out.
Yeah, the light one was $220. Yeah, I was gonna say because you can get the previous one, the light MB4 light 8-channel, or $220 from Primal RC. I was looking at them because they have the wheel too. They have a wheel in a good spot for doing 4-steer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was looking at it. But then FureTech came out with the one, and I'm like, I'm going that route.
How many channels do you really? What's the most channels that you think is necessary for what we do?
I have channels. I never use more than 5.
What do you use 5 channels for? Like, give me an example.
I don't.
A lot of channels.
I don't. I use fan for the ESC. It's not really a channel, but it takes a slot to power a fan for the ESC. And then if I do 2 servos, motor, that's 4. And then if it came with lights installed, that would take up the 5th.
Yeah.
But if you need a transponder as well. But you wouldn't be doing 2 servos on one that
had a transponder.
But, so if you have shift servos too, though.
Oh, yeah.
You have shift servo and a dig servo. And if you're running 2 servos, which you wouldn't need to do, but I mean, I could see 5 channels. Like why somebody would need. I don't 8 if I'm not doing FPV or anything crazy. I don't know why you need 8, but
yeah,
like those guys doing the crazy builds though, where they're having windows roll down and little features flip up, that would do it. Winch, yes, that's another one.
Yeah, that's what Art says. Steering, throttle, drive, or overdrive, dig, winch, lights.
Yep. So that would be the truck that I had 5 on. Basically that.
These old flapping lips said $520 for the new Noble 4 Plus on AIM-8.
$520?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was more expensive, the new one.
Does that come with like 2 of them and 2 receivers?
No, it's a new protocol.
Okay.
Well, hold on. He says Fly Sky Noble MB4 8-channel with receiver for $299. Where did he get the 520 then?
Yeah, 520 has a case. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It has a bunch with it.
Okay.
For that much, yeah.
Either way, I mean it's around $300, but the radios are cheap. Or the receivers, I mean, are cheap. So
all right. So that's the nice thing about Spektrum. My world has been busy.
Yeah. I think it looks cool. I like it just seems real. Yeah. I just feel like it's real expensive for what it is. Like for all the radios out now that have all the features and that have,
I feel like you trade out
like,
that camera or that light for a camera, or gold.
well, okay, so like to
That's
that
my other
point,
suggestion, Spektrum, or a mount
well, to
for it.
that, yeah, well, like to that point though, like the radio link, you can run FPV right on the screen, right?
Yeah.
It has all the provision plugs, all that kind of stuff. The MT12, you could do all kinds of stuff on it. It's like Inspector Gadgets RC. Like there's all kinds of crazy things. Oh yeah, the FlySky gyro receiver works great for drifting too. Yep, I forgot about that. Same with the radio link.
It doesn't even come with a hard case. It has like it. You know what it looks like? The case looks like
A cooler.
Yes, it looks like an F. It was made by FMS.
Yeah, yeah,
Their cars.
yeah, yeah.
This used to
Cardboard
hold
crawler
a
says
but we
GT5.
redid it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
cardboard
think
crawler
the
says
look
GT5.
of it looked
52.
awesome. Yeah, I would totally rock it. Like, yeah. If it wasn't
See, you
for
know
the
what
drop
would
wheel, if they could replace, if you could swap that out and they had a rugged wheel that you could swap into that same port up there that the whole drop down goes on, get rid of the drop, just have it be a thumb steer one right there. Just make it an IXSR X, I don't know, or
R
T, or thumb,
ISXR
thumb, TM, IXSR TM, B, THM, THMB, get rid of the U. I don't know, but it's so close. It's like right there. You could totally add one. Like all they need to do is change out that and sell another version.
You know what I should do? I should 3D print one of the little thumb steers, but make it a hand that comes in and goes like this, so it grabs your thumb. So you just put, it's like you're shaking. It's like you're shaking hands with your thumb.
It'd be so weird.
I know.
No, I mean, I honestly really like a lot about it. I've always liked the shape of their radios. I know there's all different kinds of shapes. I don't mind a big blocky radio like that.
Yeah.
I need to watch the app and the interface of it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't. If I had this, I can pretty much guarantee I'd buy a hard case for it, because I did for my DX4 R Pro, which also was a drop down, and I did a lot more tripod shooting when I had that radio. Now the only thing on it is my 5T, which never gets driven ever.
Yep. Speaking of wheels, are you ready for this?
Yep. Oh my gosh. He makes the most gorgeous stuff.
That's the new right there.
That's pretty new.
Look at that.
I love the little tabs in the front. That's so cool.
Right? Okay. That one was cool. You ready?
Wait, there's another new?
Wait, there's more.
Oh, that's better. Those are hazard wheels.
I know. Look at that. Bro.
He does good work.
Yeah. Yes, he does. That's the other reason why I'm selling the short course truck and the Vanquish, because I need to put a truck together that I could rock something like this on. I was thinking about putting these on Lazarus, because that would look pretty sharp on the Lazarus.
Yeah. What's the one notch for?
What one notch?
Right there. There's one notch.
In the center?
Yeah. On the bottom.
That's his logo. On the top. Oh, on the bottom, that's scale. That's for the valve stem.
Scale or not.
On scale. That's what they use for airing down. That's the but then he's got you can barely see it. See his logo?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. No, that little notch is for the valve stem on scale stuff. Come on. Air valve, yeah. Yep. Come on, Tony. Come on.
I figured that's what it was for, but stylistically.
I almost got crazy today because I didn't think that the Vanquish was going to sell. I almost got crazy. I was looking at Jericho sitting on the shelf there at the shop, and I was like, is it time? Is it time? No. You're like, nah. Wait till Christmas when people are desperate and be like, now it's time. It's time. Just keep them forever.
I would wait till after Christmas when people have spending money. Because they usually don't
They're
buy
not going to have that much spending money.
Gift. You don't usually buy used as a gift for somebody, but you would buy used as a gift for yourself.
Yes.
So I would see that like when the tax man rolls around and I got tax money coming in.
Yeah.
That's when I would release it.
Yeah. Maybe. We'll see. I was like, ooh, might be time for that. We'll see. But yeah, so I've got to sell the Fordyce. I've got to sell the Pro 4. Pro 4 I'm going to just let go for cheap. I think the Pro 4 I might sell as a roller for like $150 just to get it off. Like put the shocks, the stock shocks back on it. I actually, you know what? I have an ESC. I have the stock ESC and motor that I could throw at it too. Just sell it for like $150, $200, somewhere around there.
That's the way to do it.
Trophy rat. Drove the trophy rat.
And
that is an awesome truck.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so awesome. Like
they look really good, that's for sure.
Okay, so you know, oh, I don't have my hard drive here. Darn. Never mind. I was going to show you some video. I don't know that I could share. I don't know if I can. How do I get around these? I had to send some video to Associated, and my agreement is I can't really use that video for
you
social.
Don't get to use it.
But I
what
can
you
show
can do is
someone
when they make a video, you can share that and say, "Hey, I shot this." That's what I always have
but
to
I
do.
could
Like, hey,
okay,
super excited. I got to work on this video for Losi, but like I couldn't share the footage.
Right. Well, I was just trying to find some cool.
If there's footage I held back, I could. Like when Ryan West and I did stuff on our own with it and filmed it.
Yeah.
That wasn't for their video. I could share that, but there's stuff that was for the video that was given to them was I couldn't use. So like when we did that cool loop-de-loop thing in the tire, if you watch, I have a different one that I just did with my phone of that that I shared for social media, but it was shut up right with my phone. Once I was like, that was sick. Let's do that again.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I have any in slow-mo here that I can just show off my phone. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. These were some that I didn't use, obviously. But, hold on, I thought that was a better one. I have some that I didn't use on my phone, but dude, it looks so sick out there with the lights on and all that, just ripping. So good. So good. But yeah, I really like it. What are you selling your Fordyce for? What did we say? 360 shipped?
Yep.
Two runs on it? JMRC's sitting on an RC10cc sitting on the shelf.
What's the CC? I was waiting to ask.
It's the RC. It's the clear version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought that's the CC. They had a V7 for CC and they called it the championship something, or maybe that was clear and it was called the championship version or something. I don't remember, but they had a couple weird
clear one. You're right.
Naming
Crystal
conventions.
Clear, maybe.
Yep. Perhaps.
I like it. That's awesome.
I want to get the truck
for a rainy day when you need some cash. Like, got a RC10cc.
Yeah. Yep.
They're not available anymore. Somebody wants one.
I know. Oh, so that was the last thing.
I did see. I have for the people that were wondering, I have a silver of the Send trucks, and I have the blue American Force one.
Ooh, there you go.
One of them is the American Force, and the other one is the K10 Force? What's the other company?
I don't know. Cardboard, I don't know if you caught what I said. 360 shipped. RTR. 2 runs. Still have the box. And the little plastic that has all the... I think I have the little plastic that has all the stickers and stuff in it still. In the box. Used it for a little bit of R&D. That's it. He's like, yeah, I heard ya. Are you sure?
Are you sure you got all of it?
Yeah. Are you sure? Good deal. I know. It's a screaming deal. Ran twice.
KG1. That was it. KG1 forged. I can't remember what it was. Not K10. Stupid.
Idiot.
Anyway. Somebody was wanting to
Concepts.
know. I finally got up here. So, and the sucky thing is I'm not going to make it to this swap meet that I was hoping to get to this weekend.
Oh, you're going to be
August
sweating.
one.
Bummer.
Yeah, but I have stuff that I want to get rid of.
Get rid of it.
That swap meet would have really helped. Facebook Marketplace sucks. Unless you sell a trailer for way too cheap.
Is this still available?
We take $50 for it.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, there's a bunch. Let me get rid of my rock fans.
Ooh. Maybe that's the deal. Maybe I say 300, they pay shipping. That's a deal.
That's a really good deal.
That's a really good deal.
That probably ends up being like $330 or less. If they can get it shipped good.
That's a really good deal.
And now that I'm up here, I'm just taking a look around. Also, I'm going to part with this awesome course here.
What?
I'm going to free up some space. So the red rocks are going to be gone.
For what? For your mandolin hot yoga studio?
A drum set for my son. He's not drumming in the house.
By drum set, you mean bongos? You guys are all moving to a commune?
No. I have a cajon already.
You guys going to start wearing hemp ponchos?
You go back to those hemp necklaces with the seashells in them.
Yeah. Oh, those were awesome,
dude. Those were so good. Little bead on the back, the clasp.
Oh yeah, yep. Those were awesome. Good.
Now, so
I gotta teach my.
I haven't been doing videos up here.
Yeah.
So these are actually going to go free to a home of somebody that wants it. So it's given to me free. So I'm going to give it away to somebody for free.
I'll buy it. You pay shipping.
The blue one, RC Jeep guy. Hold on, I'll go grab it and bring it over here so you can take a look.
Do it. I think he'll just Facebook Marketplace. What with fire? Yes. I can fully envision Tony with dreads and a set of steel drums. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That would be awesome. He probably has that. Yeah, probably walks barefoot everywhere. Puka shells. Oh, it'd be awesome. Yeah, so one of the other things I wanted to talk about while Tony's out looking for his car is Jay's Concepts. J Concepts has some new 2.2 tires that are looking good, and I was wondering what people are still driving and using 2.2 tires. Are they coming back? Or are they not coming back? Because those J-Con tires look pretty sick.
Oh my goodness. I just saw this comment. I think hell is just Facebook Marketplace, but with fire. So I forgot this truck has a few special things about it. Well, just 4 special things. Somebody, it has black wheels.
Ooh.
These were actually the wheels that came on the prototype truck, and I wouldn't part with them. And somebody wanted the dually wheels for a special hot rod rig they were doing before you could buy them or anything, and I was willing to let him have them for the project. It was Brad Brucker back in the day. So, and I would not get rid of these black ones because I thought they were too cool, and I just love black wheels. Cool. So, these are a one-off, I think. Black wheel.
Those are sick.
So,
should I take the starting bid and slap the gavel? Who's going?
RC Jeep guy said he wants it. We just have to work out something on it. I got to find the radio for it too. So text me again just to remind me your phone number, because I cleared a bunch of my text messages and I'm not sure that I have it still.
$1.
But I actually also have up there the actual prototype truck with a clear body of these. That's on a shelf up there. And I have a bajillion parts, a bin of parts with light kits and the spiky wheel nuts and all the hop-ups.
It says $3 and I will give you a radio.
I also have the silver one, and I probably have, what was the other color one? Red? Do I have the red one? I think I do, because we made the video for him.
Make a package deal with RC Jeep guy. He wants a Ford Ice. He wants both blue trucks.
He's going nuts, so.
He wants the Ford Ice, and he wants the blue forged American, whatever it is, tote of parts.
I do. It's actually just a box. I've got basically the Send store in a box over there of upgrades and lockers and diff stuff. And
really?
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know they were that capable of doing lockers and stuff.
Well, it has planetaries in it. I don't know if you knew that. Planetary diffs, which is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking over there. Oh, I've got that rock buggy.
The green one?
Yeah. I hate to part with that thing, though.
Build your own parts box.
It needs work on the axles. It just needs a locker put in the rear because the diff blew out. But it's a rock bouncer. It needs a locker. And I probably even bought the locker.
What axles were they?
Boom Racing AR-44s. They're just metal. It's a metal steel truck, so I got.
Yeah, they were called the.
I thought Boom Racing would make it better than if I just bought whatever off of eBay. So
Yeah. Yeah.
But we still thrashed him because we ended up in the mud at Axial Fest Bad. It actually won the Badlands Rock Racing.
Ooh, it's got pedigree.
It does have pedigree. Somewhere I have a trophy too.
Ooh, you could sell that.
I was so shocked when they called me up saying that I won.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Speaking of shocked, did you guys see? Have you seen all the hoopla about that Amazon lipo charger on Facebook and everywhere being recalled?
Was it starting fires?
They make it sound like it explodes on people. It's like I was like, this sounds a little sus, as the kids say. I'm trying to find if I have the picture of it. Let's see. Send it over. Yeah, he says fire.
2.2.
No Ford Ice, no more crawlers. I just want the trucks. I'll put a fast motor in it. Okay, so let me share the screen here. Present. Share screen. Window. So this charger, Amazon, is saying the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission is warning consumers to immediately stop using this battery charger because they pose a risk of serious injury and death. The defective chargers are sold for charging lithium batteries. Yes. So chargers, I have this.
Ignite. Dang.
So I have this, and I got the thing from Amazon, and they're like, we'll give you your full refund back. I was like, done. So I ordered a new battery charger today because we have a race coming this weekend. One? No. Oh, I wanted to because
it's so
RC
cool.
Driver did a review on it, and apparently it's like the bee's knees. It charges 4 batteries at once. It's like 1,000-watt charger.
Huh.
Yeah, that says the charger hasn't been in production since 2017.
Sergeant J had one catch on fire when he was in Italy. Oh, gosh.
Crazy. That's the one I got. Flatlander is the ISDT one, I think it is. Let me check.
I still have the Venom 4 charger back there.
I was looking at that.
I was going to swap meet that guy.
Yeah, I was looking at that actually. Yeah, I got the ISDT K2 Air charger. Is what I got. I was looking at the Gens Ace, the iMars 3000 or whatever it is, 300. I saw your video on it, and I was like, that guy doesn't know how to do
it's good.
Didn't sell me.
I run 2 of them.
It's like, yeah. So people saying they've had one that fried on them, that kind of thing. Mine has been just making a ton of noise at the fan. And I'm like, and so I slap it when it's charging, and then the fan bearing cools off and keeps on going.
What if it starts a fire and then
I know, probably.
Batteries and
I'm sitting here slamming it. Come on, work.
So the Venom quad charger is so good, really bummed that went under. It got bought out and is being made by
Hexfly.
Who's making it? Xfly, right?
Yeah, I thought
Xfly?
so. But I saw another brand that had it too. It was not ProTech. Hexfly had it, and then someone else had it.
Yeah, the Xfly one looks exactly like the Venom one.
Yeah.
The high-tech ones look really sweet.
Yeah.
They're 4 charger.
See, that's the thing. I can't see myself spending.
Oh, it's only a duo.
$200 on a charger
for a 2-bank.
I know. I can't see myself spending $200 on a charger when the advantage to them aren't really that much more, amps or watts or the other functions. I'm like, meh.
People see me coming.
Honest.
So, people see me coming when I walk in. They're like, this guy wants to spend money. I bought the high-tech 4 X4 AC. So used, I see one here going for 120 on eBay. And I guess it costs more than that when I bought it. And then you have to buy like a $90 power supply. Well, you don't have to, but if you want it to really throw amps to every channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like new. I don't know what to buy. I just bought LiPo batteries, and it's like, well, you could get this, but then you're just going to regret it, and you're going to want to bought this one. Because you can do 4 of them at one time and really fast. And I'm like, but I only have one LiPo battery right now. He's like, oh, but you'll have more.
Yeah. As he's going like this.
And then you're going to regret it.
He has the crystal ball in front of. He's like, seeing this crystal ball, you will have more.
So I think he knew because he'd already sold me the DX4 Pro, and I have like 2 cars, and I just one of them is a low C 10 SCTE, like, and then I have a Gravedigger Traxxas Stampede. But I'm rocking a freaking Spektrum DX4 Pro radio.
He's like, this guy must be serious.
Or stupid is what he said. He's like, gullible. Take his money.
Yeah.
But they both lasted, and I didn't regret them having them at all because when I did get more and more cars, I just kept adding them to it.
Yeah.
And the only reason I changed is because of the rugged. Like, the being able to drive it one-handed was like, oh, okay. Well, I'll stop using that one now. Like,
Yep. See, the battery charger thing for me, I thought about doing the 4 because we're charging all 3, or for all 3 of us at the same time. And for instance, the e-buggies take 2 batteries, take two cells, except for one of them takes a 3 cell. Or I mean, a single 4 cell. But I thought about doing that, but then I was like, here's the thing. The reality, the way I charge, I can only put that kind of amps into it from my remote power station to 1 channel anyway.
Right.
And so it's not going to do me any good. You know what I mean? Like, unless I get
Pablo use a USB to balance lead charger. They got with his
come on, kids.
On all
just be patient, kids. Just be patient. We'll get out there.
In 2 days, you'll be running again like new for 15 minutes. And then in 2 more days, you can do it again. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully the sun's out too, because my solar panel charges the USB to balance port. So, 3 days later. Yep. So that's the thing. I'm looking at a big battery. I think I told you about that big LiPo
battery bank.
No, it's just the battery itself. It's like a 12-volt
charge off of though.
To charge off
your
of,
lights and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So if I do that, then it'll do, lots of power to it.
So you just charge that up before you go out and then use that to refill your batteries.
Well, that's the thing. I'm talking to Renogy Solar and trying to work a deal where we outfit the trailer with some solar power to that big battery. They got a really cool setup, and I was like, ooh, I like that. Because that's what I run right now. I run a solar panel that feeds, it either powers my lights or it like charges at like 70 watts. Because I just lay it flat on the roof. I don't angle it. So it charges at like 60 to 70 watts, my power station. And then I unplug it and charge my batteries from my power station. But the reality is, I charge everything the night before. So we have a bunch of batteries for practice and for first, I set aside the batteries that we're going to use for a first qual. And we have a bunch of batteries for practice. We run through them and then we just charge the batteries that we use for qual, and then I have another set of batteries that we use for main. So, yeah. Yep. That's what we do. But
Under Tiger
I
says he runs a high-tech X2 Duo. Does that have a built-in power supply? And we're seeing what they've got. A Gropner Polaron EX on my bench. I don't know what that is.
Fancy.
Does sound fancy.
Sounds like it has a flux capacitor.
DR Custom, a battery block on an ammo can.
That's cool.
Yeah, DR Custom wiring says.
Huh.
I don't get all that. When it comes to energy and the power stuff and the solar to inverters to blah, 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 I get lost.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Like that weekend that we had the race, I had a 12-inch oscillating fan plugged into my power station that was taking like 50 watts. And then I plugged in my solar panels to the power station, and then it was feeding it an additional like 30 watts. So it was putting in as it was pulling out, like it was just keeping it stable the entire way. And that was cool. Because then we had that fan in the trailer, and it was, not keeping it cool, but it was cooler than not. So, but yeah, it's nice having that out there. But we have had a couple days where it's been cloudy, and it's like, well, looks like we're not using solar today, kids. And I have two huge. They're not here. They're at the shop. But like I have this one, which is a 7200 3S.
Yep.
And that runs our trailer lights for like, I don't know, 4 hours, 5 hours. And it's nice to have the trailer lights on during the day when you're working on the cars. It's not necessary, but it's nice. Yeah, but it's nice.
You wouldn't need to if you had the Spektrum radio. Then you'd just be like, there's my screw. Flashlight power. I miss my old charger setup that I had in Virginia. I do. I moved over to all the smart stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it becomes a little bit of a pain when you need to do adapters to charge, because everything's I don't know. The other ones were technically adapters, but they went to the banana plug to whatever. You just bought the red and black.
Yeah.
And then you had a balanced board with like every size that you just plug into.
Yeah.
But they were just always laid there.
Yeah.
Ready to charge, or you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Had connectors. It felt easier. Maybe it's not really. If I just had a bin of all the EC5 to every type of connector and just had it in a bin that I could just quickly drop in and do it, it would be the same thing. But in my head, it's different.
Yeah.
But
see, I like the race batteries because they just have the plug, the lug that goes into them.
Yeah.
So those are, that's what we use most of the time. Even when we raced monster trucks, we just used our race batteries, and we did not an adapter, but the 2 wires that came out of the plug that plugged into the ESC. But to charge them, it's nice because I have the long leads. They're like 2 feet long. And so I can just put the charger over here and charge the batteries over here or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like keep them kind of separate, which is kind of cool. But it's a time to wrap. We've been on for 2 hours.
Really? Oh, I didn't know we've been going that long. Holy cow.
Time flies, man. It's been a while, I feel like.
It has.
Because I missed last week, and I think I went short the week before that because I was solo at that point. Oh, no. Amen. No.
What happened? Affiliate stuff?
No.
Order?
I just spent $150 on tires. Paid the expedited shipping.
Oh, and they're not shipping.
So they'd be here by the race. And now they're saying, looks like it's going to be here later than expected.
Can you just cancel it? Or just telling me to want expedited shipping now, especially since you paid extra.
It's only the $4.99 extra or whatever.
Oh, that was like a $20 overnight or something. $80 to get it here tomorrow.
It's $5. $5.
Gosh.
You know, you can't even buy a large drink at Jack in the Box for $5 anymore.
What?
Truth. Yeah,
That's
how much it cost. $5.
$5? What kind of a
Yeah.
drink? Just like a Coke?
Large Diet Coke.
$5?
Not for me, for my wife. I know. I saw it and I was like, what?
Dude,
Black Market said, does it say? It says it's coming from Sacramento.
What is Jack? Is it like rich people food?
You don't have Jack? Do you not have Jack in the Box out there?
You don't have Jack in the Box.
What?
No. I've been to Jack in the Box once. It's like in Kansas City or something.
Oh. That's good. It's not fancy. It's good. I have a quick question for everyone.
$5 for
my local hobby shop.
That's more than Five Guys. Five Guys is like $3 something. I say no. I'll get.
I know.
I'll have water.
At least at Five Guys, you're sitting down though, and you can go and refill it 10 times. So there's that. My local hobby shop owner recently passed. He had a bunch of new old stock AE kits and Thunder Tiger stuff. Would it be worth buying? Ooh, that's a tough one because of all the repop stuff. I don't know that market's going to be there. Just being honest. What do you think about that, Tony? Because like they're repopped the RC10, the 10T, the Yokomo.
People still want the originals. I don't know why. If you could have one, it's the same car basically, other than nostalgia. But
well, and I couldn't tell, and I didn't ask, but I was trying to read between the lines. I think that they're going to start making the parts for the RC10 for the vintage kit. So that you can run them.
Certified parts department now.
Yeah.
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 That post blew up on him.
Oh yeah.
It blew up.
I don't know.
That did not get the response I think they thought it was going to get from their crowd and the people that commented.
Well, see, I read it differently.
I literally, I'm like, I sent it to Josh Harley Designs. I'm like, did you see this? I'm like, I don't think the PR people thought this was going to go the way that it did. Because, oops, all of the comments were not good for you.
I don't really understand.
Like, yes, go get them. We're with you. Like, it was hey, if you would listen to us and get us the parts we need,
right?
We wouldn't need a hobbyist that came up to make so we could drive our cars. Because if they broke, we
see. And I didn't have a chance to really look at it or read it. I've been so slammed. And when I first read it, I thought, oh, is someone trying to pass parts as associated parts? That's how I read the headline. I didn't read the headline as like
so I feel like they had a couple things that were a little bit too much, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think that them having the spare parts is fine, but when they were basically bundling the whole kit as a kit, like a RC10 kit to build your own, that's I mean, that felt a little overdone to me. It's not, you're not just offering replacement parts at that point. You're basically building the car for them to buy from you instead of so that I get that a little because they were calling it like an RC10 kit, I think, even something like that.
Yeah, I
but all the other parts were branded as them and had weird numbers that not associated like team associate, but like that they were associated with. That the part numbers were
Like
It wasn't
AE
like
10105 or
it
whatever.
wasn't that. They were just like weird numbers.
Okay.
For the company with their ski like their initials and then numbers. So
yeah,
those parts seemed fine to me. They were just like OEM kind of feeling.
yeah,
I don't know, but it did not.
yeah.
I don't think it had the impact they thought it would have. They probably were like,
Sure.
you know what, we shouldn't have said anything. We didn't need to make this post because nobody
About that.
Yeah.
Homer Simpson in the bushes.
Instead, it's just like, hey guys, we've heard you, and because of that, we're launching an AE genuine part, so you can have genuine team associated parts in your vintage cars that you're rebuilding that you love. That would have been a great post. Like, hey, we've heard you loud and clear. It's taken a minute for us to get to the place we could do this.
Yeah.
But we want you to have the parts for your car. So here's this. Instead, they Traxxas'd it and they got the response that they didn't want instead of a positive response. And I was
I wonder what
my marketing brain is just bending. And I'm like, I gotta send this to some people. Like this is This is marketing no 101, you guys. Like
yeah. I wonder what if
down the social media guy for a minute. All right, we just need
yeah. Well, I wonder what if there was a conversation between that company and Associated. You know what I mean? Like what prompted that like that thing? I have no idea.
Yeah.
And who knows, because of like the Thunder Tiger deal, I feel like it probably came from up top and someone that's not in touch with the whatever, and they're like, okay, here we go.
Well,
that didn't really sound.
They're
like
not in touch with what it means to not rip stuff off either, I think.
Sure. I mean, no, totally.
We're talking worldwide, company wise.
Yeah.
I think it's a little different story.
Yeah.
And,
right.
They know what goes on.
Yeah.
But and they know what protections there aren't outside of here.
Right.
So,
right.
But yeah, I was tickled a little bit by it. Like
I should read it because I haven't read it at all.
I don't even know if it's still
I just
there.
saw the headline.
Like, on the Instagram one, they even had Tim Smith. Who's the fast guy that like had the records and all that? Oh, Harley's in here. I just saw this. I'm trying to pull up the Instagram. They may have taken it down. It did not go in their favor, and they did not seed it either with their people jumping in to help them out on that. Oh, nope, they left it up. Okay. They did leave it up. And let's see if his comments are there, because I was dying when I saw his. I think it's Tim Smith Racing. Oh, he says, yeah, it's still up. Okay. So here, let's just read it. Dear valued customers, certain vendors are selling products that infringe on our copyrights and trademarks. As rightful owners of the RC10 series trademark, which has been established for over 40 years and is the company behind Associated Electric since 1964, we take these infringements very seriously. This is all like company-wide. I get it. Like sending it internally. This is great stuff. Don't know that the public needs to read this. Anyway, I keep going. We are engaging legal experts to address this issue, and legal action will be taken to protect our rights. Now, however, maybe because Traxxas didn't do this, and then when everybody started going down, maybe they're trying to get out in front of it. So when that company does disappear or their site gets pulled down or whatever happens, maybe nothing will happen. They'll be able to say this is OEM. We're perfectly within our rights to do it. I don't know. But anyway, maybe they're trying to get in front of it to not have backlash for going after them. I don't know. Counterfeit products compromise our quality standards. We strongly advise you not purchase or support these counterfeit products or the company selling them. Anyway, somebody said, so this is basically what Traxxas did right, and everybody lost their minds. What made you guys think this was a good idea? Where's all the new innovation? I've been a Team Associated fan since the 80s. Don't get me wrong, still love you guys' products, but I haven't seen any real innovation since the SC8 came out. Don't be Traxxas. Please, AE, don't be Traxxas. Where's the one that Tim Smith replied to? Maybe he took him down. I don't know. How did this post go for you, AE? What you expected? Did you think people were going to stand up and clap for you when you make it clear you're going to go after all the small companies and individuals that kept your legacy products relevant for the last decade? Rethink this position or clarify what you're talking about.
I think that's the thing. I think that needs to be clarified because that's when I first saw it and I just scanned it. I thought someone was selling. When they say counterfeit, to me that says it has an AE package
logo on it or package, and
maybe it's not
that. I don't think, like, when you look up the parts, it's all done by.
Well, what parts were they talking about?
There's a lot of the old RC10 parts from the old.
No, I get that, but I just mean like they didn't reference it. That's the problem. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like they didn't reference it. Like that's the only thing to me where I was like, oh, people are counterfeiting, like selling it with the AE brand on it. That's the only thing I thought about, but I didn't even look at that deep at it. I was like, I had no idea.
Here's some. We've been asking for replacement parts for a long time. You dropped the ball and other people stepped up. End of story. This makes me want to support them even more now. This guy says, it wasn't long ago my brother and I started making aftermarket parts for the RC10. Curtis Hustings private messaged us and asked us not to use trademarked RC10 in our packaging. It was a very reasonable request. I don't really know the details of what's going on, but I can confirm that Associated has been supportive of their aftermarket. So that was a good post. This one says,
so that's what
Associated. When you don't offer parts, don't get mad when other companies start selling replacements to fill the void. So there's about 1 billion that say that.
Right.
There's a lot of them that say that.
See, and that other guy that says he's actually interacted with Associated about making aftermarket parts.
Yeah.
To me, that sounds like it.
But that was the right way to do it, because that's what we wish that Traxxas would have done, which was said, hey, you're saying this the wrong way. Oh, okay, we'll fix it. Not a big deal.
Right.
So
and that's what makes me think someone
I'm wondering. I haven't seen it, though. So, but again, maybe they could have clarified that a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't see there were some really funny Tim Smith Racing comments. Now I wish I would have screenshotted them. It's not there anymore. The Facebook one was worse. I felt like the Facebook ones were really tough, but it's a lot of the same exact thing of like,
yeah. Well, and I agree
because you guys didn't support us. Like,
right, and I agree with that mentality. I just don't think you can put the RC10 brand on the parts. And I think that's only because they're coming out with their things again.
Yeah.
I think if it said, you know, like you said, like the vernacular thing for RC10, that's probably something different. But if I'd like to hear more about that. I have no idea. I don't really care because I don't buy the old RC10 stuff. Right. But it's kind of like, yeah, I totally agree that it's kind of, it's not a good look.
Yeah. So here's like the stuff that I was seeing. This is the only stuff I was seeing. JC Racing made like wide white for Team Associated RC10 for, you know, but
yeah, and
it's
see,
all
that's
their branding. Like if you look at it, it's
right. And that to me, it would be down right now because they would have sent them a cease and desist. I'm assuming it's something that has
NRC was the other company that had a bunch of stuff, but it has, like I said, FR0029 is the part number, and it's Fan RC. So all their stuff is, you know, who makes it. It's not made by Team Associated,
right?
So anyway,
but like I said,
so I don't know.
If they were going after them,
it would have been, and maybe somebody was branding it somewhere, but they were making. I think it was Fan RC 10 kit.
Type in RC10 counterfeit parts. See what pops up.
Well, nobody's calling it a counterfeit part.
Well, someone might have pictures of it.
RC10 B4 versus RB10.
No. Those are just the
Is there an
different
RB10
chassis. Yeah, that's the RTR.
FT counterfeit transponder. RC10 reproduction white plastics. This all ends up talking about Fan RC though, I think.
Yeah, how old is that post?
2023. But I think there was a RC10 kit.
Yeah, that's what Harley was talking about. Look up RC10 Worlds kit. It's linked in Scale News.
Amazon?
Those are just the 28s. Those are the tiny ones, aren't they?
$500.
No, that's the 10 scale. That's the real Team Associated. It's coming from the Team Associated. Yeah, it's coming from the Team Associated store.
He said it's on the scale. It's on Scale News. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Update. It's the lawyer, the new lawyer in town. Oh. Was that the one?
I don't know. Rorak Pont said you can see a getting upset.
World Slider.
Yeah, see, that doesn't even... I would assume they would have that down.
So this is it? Like a pre-built associated car, but it's all of their...
that's from the late 80s, I thought. Yeah, late 80s World's car. But I would assume they would have it down if that was the one in question, because Associated would send them a cease and desist and all kinds of bad dog letters. I would assume it's someone selling them with the branding.
I don't know. Maybe if you take it this far where you build it and sell it as a complete thing, it's more than OEM, just a replacement part. I don't know. I don't know how that works. That's where the lawyers get involved.
Yeah.
But these, man. If this is aimed at companies as Fan RC are hardly counterfeit parts to imitate or feign, especially within. At no time do they advertise as genuine. They even alter injection molding points to make clear indication out of packaging they're non-genuine. Anyway, hope this is not for aftermarket parts. One of the things I like most is options and
Harley says cease and desist doesn't really mean anything overseas. I guess so.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Like, and if it was Thunder Tiger, they of all people know.
Right.
I would think that, but whatever.
I don't know. Huh. Interesting.
But all interesting.
I should poke around and ask some people that know. Like,
it was just one of those moments where it's like, that didn't go as you thought it was going to. Like, you had more negative responses to you not listening to your customers and helping them keep their cars running. They're like, I'm afraid to drive my Team Associated stuff because I'm not going to be able to get parts for it, and it'll sit on a shelf broken.
I know.
So, well, you have that with your two racers, your rock racers. Can't get parts for.
Yeah. Nomads. Well, you know what's funny is that now I'm kicking myself because I'm looking, now that I have more experience with the 8 scale, I'm like, you know what? I probably could have retrofitted. I could have retrofitted all those parts on. I'm like, just it would have taken like changing everything over, but it could have worked. But whatever. But that's not the so. That's not so with RC10.
And a lot of people just wanted to build up their car that they had as a kid and it sat there broken forever. I remember when Josh was trying to do that rebuild on Scale Builders Guild and trying to get all the parts and stuff to do the vintage. That was a Tamiya, I think, though. Or was it an RC10? Which one was that he was doing?
Are you talking about Josh or Matt?
Matt, sorry.
So Josh.
I did.
Are you talking about the Kyosho?
One lives in Canada.
I thought it was the Kyo.
It sees the world completely differently, but other than that, the same. Oh,
yikes! He's offended.
I know. Josh is offended. I knew of all the people to get wrong.
I know.
If I'd have said it about Matt, he would have been like, "Oh, sorry, I should have been Josh."
Yeah, he's more than offended now.
My parents gave me the wrong name.
He's triggered, is what he is. He's triggered.
Yeah, the Tamiya Blazing Blazer. Yeah. Anywho, well, we meant to wrap 20 minutes ago, and then you reminded me of the Team Associated thing. Sorry.
I can't say I disagree with all that. I mean, that's my only thing is like I wonder if it was something that was branded Associated. I have no idea. I being a guy close to the inside-ish a little bit, I didn't ask any questions because I just was too busy. I don't know anything about it, but maybe I'll ask some questions and be like, what went on? Like, what was that all about? Who knows?
It was
either way, it sucks. It's
I get it on the full kit build thing. That roller, that's
I don't even get it that way though. I don't think so because the thing is that here's the thing. I see stuff like that.
Everything.
I don't care. To me, I look at it and I say,
you're no
look
longer
at all
supporting
these,
a product. You're reselling it like as the product. So to be OEM, there's restrictions within that. Like anyway, of how much of it can be sold as. But yeah.
Yeah, but like to me, like what's the difference between that and like the oval sprint car kits that are, they call them an associated kit or whatever, and it's nothing associated.
Yeah.
You're using the gearbox and the A-arms.
He was doing a gold pan, I'm pretty sure. Dirtburger says Matt RC10.
Did you see the guy that was doing the 5th scale RC10 build? I think I sent that to you. He was machining everything and printing all his parts and all that kind of stuff. That was pretty rad.
I don't think I saw that.
What? Oh, I sent his stuff to Associated. I was like, guys, you need to talk to this guy because this is pretty sweet. Like his RC10 wheels were like that big. They were massive. They were so cool.
Oh, wow.
I forgot what the name of his YouTube channel is. I'm sure people in here will know.
Yeah. Well, cool. Let's wrap it. Thanks everybody for tuning in.